Hello, my name is Sheldon. Welcome back for another episode of Victoria 3 as Korea. So in previous episode we managed to get the agrarianism finally instated, so we can actually start increasing our construction speed a bit more. Not necessarily massively, but just a little bit more so we can keep increasing our GDP. We have already grown a decent bit in the past 5 episodes, like more than double our GDP, but we need to go quite a bit higher if we want to beat China, who right now has 153 million GDP. So they've got quite a large, although their GDP isn't really growing as much. Now, one thing that I did realize is that the Heavenly Kingdom, they have state religion as Protestants, and they're ruled by what is essentially Heavenly King, who's claimed to be child of a god and brother to Jesus Christ. So I'll press extra down on that one. But yeah, we will need to grow our industry quite a bit. But the good thing is that of their population, vast majority is not Protestant, so there's probably going to be a whole lot of unrest in there. I do actually wonder about their policies. They got state religion, okay, so it will probably be converting a decent chunk of the population and their theocracy right now as well. But let's go ahead and unpause. So we have been trying to improve relations with Heavenly Kingdom, and actually I think, yeah, we've got pretty good relations with them right now. So they are protective, at least. Russia is domineering. And are they still hurting our religion? Or relations, rather, not religion. Yes, they are damaging. And we can't do that, or we can't counter that because of they expelled our diplomats. So they might be trying to conquer something from us, probably a trade port or something. But we did manage to get the extra construction sector right now, so majority of that is going to, or half of that just cost is going to be paid by the investment pool that we are incurring with that. And I believe it was down here. Yes, it was. So they're currently hiring, and that's going to allow us to build some stuff in here a bit faster. We've got the government administration being built after that, a bit of military shipyards to produce some men of wars, not really that many, and then some mining and logging and all that. So I did, I don't know if, since currently while I'm recording this, it's only the first episode has gone live, but possibly something that I was, well, one of the things that I was searching in a previous episode was this, okay, let's pause for a moment so it's not going up and down constantly, to see how effective groceries are compared to grain. So it's 1.5 units of grain to one grocery, basically the efficiency of as a food. So yeah, if we get a lot of food industry, which we already have a pretty good amount over here in Yongnam, so in the southeast, we've got a good 4 levels there, and in our capital we've got another 3+1 underway. I believe that is, yeah, and it's been built by the private sector, which is currently building a lot of industry, which I actually like that. Well, there's glassworks being built in the northwest, an arts academy in the southwest, and another food industry in our capital. Our income has dropped a little bit in here, but we are still gaining money. And of course, our GDP, well, it is growing. Not necessarily a huge speed, but it is growing at a relatively good speed. We're going to get some of the government administration so we can fix our bureaucracy deficit, at least to some degree, and hopefully that will give us a bit more money. I think that will probably be good enough, though. We're currently working on the banking, which is... Oh, there we go. Oh, right, we constructed something, so a lot of the construction cost is now... Or for a moment was not something we had to worry about. So now we're getting the military shipyard. Let's actually have a look at the settings in here. What do we have? No, it's just the wooden hulls. It's going to require a little bit iron, wood, and fabric, so it's probably going to be a little bit expensive. Oh, I just realized something. The only state that we don't have coal mines is our capital. Well, good to know. And also, another thing is, of course, the coal is more effective as a heating source. It's 1.5 times wood. Fabric is same as wood. Oil is twice the wood, and electricity is 1.5 times. So oil is going to be really good. Well, effective as heating, not necessarily the thing that you want to use as heating source, to be fair, but it's something that you can use. But right now, the prices, especially on coal, or it's pretty much any heating source really, except the fabric, I suppose. Yeah, no, fabric is fine. We do still need a bit more wood in here. So the price of wood is relatively high, and we definitely want to build more coal. Actually, are we Arts Academy? So there's... Oh, we've got the highest Arts Academy, I think, in Youngho. So that's we're the biggest... well, we have the one state that's provided the most into the market right now of art So that's good. I mean, it's going to be probably a decent bit of work in there. And I'd say, actually, how much is the profitability in there? It's only 800. But providing the fine art in here is going to be quite handy. And it's probably going to start... Oh, dear. The standard of living is just dropping and dropping. Now, to be fair, we do not have any of the poor laws or anything like that to help with that. So that is causing an issue. But we did manage to get the bureaucracy up and running again. So we're getting slightly more money. We might, well actually, now that we're building even more construction stuff, we are going to need a bit more... Oh, there's quite a bit of demand for steel. Okay, so we might want to go ahead and queue up another steel mill over here. Among more coal mines and everything else. I think the iron is also in pretty high demand. We'll build one more of those. Oh, and there's... oh, now it's going to be building a whole lot of food industries in our capital. I mean, honestly, that's... Oh... Small arms industries output... okay, so there's a shortage of small arms. Did Heavenly Kingdom start switching out all their barracks? I think they may have. They're running with line infantry and mobile artillery. Oh, they're switching... Yeah, no, they are. They're definitely switching to their stuff. So that is probably making the arms industry over here make a massive profit. So we might go ahead and build another level of that. We don't necessarily need too many, but like having 2 levels will probably at least... provides a bit of money in there, and also make the Heavenly Kingdom a bit more reliant on us. Oh, Armed Forces petition government. Representing his constitutions in the Armed Forces, Bakwan has issued a formal petition to the Korean government to pass per capita taxation. I actually like that idea as a taxation form. Technically speaking, it might not increase the money that we make right now, but I'm sure that that will be better in the long run. So we'll go ahead and start pressing that. I don't know if it's going to go through, but we'll give it a try at least. And we do not have any artillery production of our own yet. That's something that we might want to look into as well. We're going to get some more art academies and a lot of food industries. Of course, then we're going to get a whole lot of mines and such as well, built by the government. So that will no doubt help a little bit. But if we are lucky, we might be able to get this taxation law, and then we might get some better stuff out of it. At least in theory, it should make it so that we're taxing more than just people owning land. Which, to be fair, should be better in the long run. Oh, the standard of living is slowly improving. Oh yeah, it's 8.1 now. Alright then, that's actually pretty decent. And banking should be researched right about now. We don't have anything else queued up, actually. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to start getting the atmospheric. Well, you know what, we'll get the fractional distillation and then atmospheric engine. Because atmospheric engine is basically going to allow us to get a whole lot more coal. Oh, it already passed the consideration. Wow. Oh, that's pretty decent. And now we're getting even more money from minting. We're getting about £14,000 per week from minting. So that's actually not too bad. We're getting so much money that we might even consider putting in yet another construction sector at some point. Although right now we're lacking so much of the resource to build things that it's not really the best idea to do so right now. One of those things, of course, being steel and, of course, coal and iron to make the steel and everything else. So it's tricky. But we're going to get the military shipbuilding up and running now. It might not be very profitable, but I'm sure that that's at least going to have a little bit of demand in there. And it's also going to allow us to build some of our navies later on. I do actually wonder. So if we were to create a fleet... Oh, wait, no. I think what we need to do is we just need to build the naval bases in here. Or can we... Oh, hold on a minute. We'll create the Manchuria fleet. Aha! So we're going to have frigates, which are kind of light ships or capital ships. Interesting. So that takes a lot more men of wars. I might actually go ahead and build at least one frigate. Just one naval base in there. It's not necessarily going to be a lot. Oh, and we got temporary embarrassment. Okay, either we take a minus 10% chance, or we sway them with an extra car. Okay, so income tax rate goes down by 4%, but we get a 10% success chance. So we'll take that one. We're going to afford losing a bit of taxes. We got a bit of cash reserves. And there we go. We got the distillation unlocked. Of course, right now, I'm pretty sure that the liquor price is still very, very low. Yeah, well, there's quite a bit of surplus in here, let's just say. But there we go. Now we're getting some more coal mines. I'm sure that those guys are going to be quite profitable. I mean, we've got 3 levels in here, so there's not that massive amount per mine right now, but that's partially because we don't have enough tools, really. And we won't have enough tools unless we increase our steel production a little bit. We do actually have a little bit of an authority problem right now. We could maybe go ahead and remove the porcelain tax. That's going to reduce the money that we make quite significantly. But at the same time, it might improve the standard of living slightly. because the porcelain is now going to be slightly more affordable. So let's see, 21% chance of pushing this forward. Hopefully we can get it. I don't know, honestly, if that's going to make much of a difference in the money right now, but I'm sure that that's going to be taking away... death and taxes. Oh, that's the armed forces leader. Okay, we could take the enactment time plus 20%, but 10% success chance. Yeah, I think we're going to take that one. So now we've got 30% chance at least. And we've still got fairly good support for the law, luckily. Right, our GDP has actually dropped a tiny bit there, but our literary rate is increasing. And looks like our standard living is starting to increase quite nicely as well. Oh wow, the radical numbers are dropping drastically. Well, I mean, that's good. Still getting a little bit loyalist at least. And did we... Well, I suppose the naval base hasn't been built yet. It will be built eventually, but of course right now they are not making much of profit. They are putting a decent bit of mana wars into the network, I suppose. But probably not quite enough. So did we get the... Ah, right, so we are still at level 3 food industry in our capital, but that is going to be increasing soon-ish. With 2 levels, in fact. And then the coal mines in the northwest are underway. I'm hoping that those will be built soon. I mean, looks like the standard of living, yeah, it's gone up quite significantly now. It's 8.5. I'm actually rather happy about that. And there we go, we got another coal mine. That's probably going to be in use fairly soon. We do need more steel production, which... Well, I suppose we're getting the lead mining going first so that we can get maybe a little bit more class works to switch to the leaded class and all that. Right now, it's not a possibility, though. Oh, gold discovered in Outer Manchuria. And law progress to adoption, okay. So it's surprisingly painless thus far. I mean, we still got up to 3 setbacks that we can have. Well, 2 we can have and still pass the law, but still, like, we're in a fairly good situation right now. And we should be getting the food industry soon. So how's the world looking like? I don't think there's been too much changes in here yet. Britain did have... Oh, British Republic. Hold on a minute. Yeah, they're a republic. Well, I'll be. They have 53 million GDP, so they're number 3 worldwide. And we are currently, what, 12th? Okay, so we're almost in the top 10 in GDP. Of course, we're also paying quite a bit of money to China right now. We're paying £8,000 per week. So that's a decent chunk of the minting that we do is going directly to China. But at least we are slowly improving the situation. Oh, well, our economy at least. Of course, that's also going to supplement the Chinese economy. Which is already 166 million. I don't know if we can actually catch up to them, but there's a chance that they will eventually get beaten by someone else and their economy collapses, but ours will hopefully not collapse quite as thoroughly. And that might help with... Ah, there we go, we got the food industry built. Well, one of the levels, and there we go, army reserves unlocked. That wasn't the one that we were currently working towards. Oh, it's a chemical bleaching. I mean, that is not a bad one either, to be fair. Get even more porcelain. So we're gonna get the lead mine soon. Did we have the glass work over here already on the... Oh, we could go for the crystal glass directly even, if need be. I don't know if that's going to be a much of a profit right now due to the high price of lead. But somewhere down the line we can... Oh, social banditry. The people of Yang Ho tell the story of a highwayman who robs from the rich and gives to the poor. Legend spreading quickly throughout Korea, diminishing support for the per capita taxation. We either take a minus 10% chance, and plus 2 standard of living for the lower strata, and 30% tax waste. Or hunt down the bandit, where we have 3 chances. So it's a bit of gamble. I'm going to take the gamble, though. Oh, there we go. We got a good result out of it. So there we go. We've got 42% chance of passing the law now. There's still quite a bit of tax waste overall, but that's decent chunk of that is just not the tax collection efficiency being up to date. Like over here, we still have minus 50%, for example. So it's a bit rough. I'm sure that we will be improving that. You know what? We might as well go ahead and build another government administration in there, so that will hopefully assist in... Oh wow, we got a whole lot of radicals from the event, I reckon. Right, well, that's a bit unfortunate, but I'm sure that that will start going downwards. Regardless. There we go, we're 12.8 million in GDP. Standard of living is already at 8.6. Oh, and population in the northeast has grown to 2 million. Very nice. We're losing a small amount of cash right now, and gold depleted in West Borneo. Alright then. Not really my problem. We could actually have a look at the diplomacy again. Is there anything that we could do? For example, defensive pacts, Austria. Oh, no. Okay, so no one would really accept it. Unless maybe France, if we give... no, I don't think we can give them obligation. And Japan is another one that could be fairly close. We've got a good relation with them at least, so that's that. What else? Alliance? I mean, alliance with Japan might not be a terrible idea. Although they're not very strong necessarily, but it would be a good way to have a ally outside of China. We'd have to give obligation though. Oh no, they would not even accept the obligation. It still would be too short. Okay, well never mind then. Guess we won't do that then. We could improve probably relations with some people. Like British like it's probably not a bad idea. Maybe even Prussia. Sure. They're probably buying stuff from China or something. Or the Chinese market anyway. So there we go. We're getting another logging camp over here, which is going to provide a little bit hardware as well. Oh, dissenters break ranks. Oh dear. Devil take them. Or we can take a setback. We get a 5% success chance and enactment time is increased. Sure, we can take one setback. We've got 46% chance now, so it's still pretty decent. And we're getting another iron mine over here as well. Oh, we did get the lead mine already. Did the lead price go down by chance? There's a little bit extra lead right now, so I'm gonna go ahead and take... Would this one be too much? Probably. I mean, it would be increasing the class production a lot. It would reduce the laborers, increase the machinists. But also reduce the wood use quite a bit, so I think that's actually going to be a net profit in there, or like a net good thing in the end. We might get another lead mine just in case, because I have a feeling that this is going to require a lot more lead to be put out, but it's also going to require more tooling. Well, there we go. We're still at 12.8 million, but the litter rate is actually improving at a fairly decent speed, all things considered. And there we go. Logging camp is already fully employed there. They do need a lot more tools, though. I mean, we've got the tooling workshop in here, but it's going to require the steel. And the steel, I'm probably the only producer of steel right now. And yeah, I'm the only producer in the entire Chinese market right now. So we might need to get another steel mill. We've got one underway, we can probably get a second one. Of course, once we get the atmospheric engines, that's going to allow us to increase productions in the mines quite a bit as well, which will definitely help the situation. But I suppose we can, no, we can't change the productions in here at all. But that's alright. So it's the radical numbers are definitely dropping quite significantly right now. I'm not entirely sure if the, you know, the loyalist number, well, they're fluctuating a little bit. I'm not entirely sure if it's going up or down. I think it's actually slowly drifting downwards. But at the standard of living, it's 8.5, so it's not the best. Oh, bureaucratic imbroglio. Well, we've got pretty good thus far, but now we're getting all these bad events. Well, we still got 1 in 3 chance. Actually, a bit higher than that. We did get another food industry in our capital, and they're building yet another one. Oh, wow. Well, I mean, there is a lot of demand for it, admittedly, so I understand why they're doing it. We're not going to start doing the distilling yet, because it's not really making a profit at all. But there we go, 12.9 million GDP. And once we get another iron mine, I'm sure that that's going to improve the situation even further. At least, if nothing else, it's going to start reducing the cost of iron a bit further. Although, if we have a look at the entire market, there is, yeah, no, the price is still massive. There's also quite high price locally. Oh, Prussia's improving relations with us. Oh, good. That means that our relations are actually going to go up a lot sooner. I wonder if Prussia would be willing to support me for maybe an independence at some point. I mean, I'm sure that they've got pretty decent troop quality. And we don't, like, we can either stay as part of the Chinese market, for the goal of this series, or we can get independence, and that way weaken the Chinese market a little bit, and thus make their economy a bit weaker in general. And then our economy might be able to flourish a bit further, although there are things in the Chinese market that we can't produce ourselves, like the dyes, for example. So we might, well, we'll have to import a lot of stuff, let's just say. Speaking of importing, though, I suppose we could probably go ahead and... Let's go ahead and try importing some iron, shall we? Or you know what, we'll import iron from Prussia. I'm sure that will be a lot of money that we'll get from there, through the tariffs. I mean, we're currently getting 900 from tariffs. We only got that one trade route as well. Okay, so that's not too bad. There's still a massive import demand for groceries, but what about exporting? We could maybe try exporting some liquor. For example, to the British market. No, that tariff is going to be tiny. No, so the liquor isn't really a good option right now. There is a lot of tea as well, but that productivity is going to be entirely rubbish. So we can import some porcelain from the Dutch. No, I will do that. That does cost us a little bit of bureaucracy, I'm pretty sure. Actually, not right now. Public address goes around. Oh, wow. How many... So, I may have jinxed it earlier in the episode. I'm going to take the success chance. Oh, but that would be another setback. Okay, You know what? No, I'm going to take the second setback. I want to get the success chance a bit higher. Like, if we get another setback, then we fail, but that's fine. We'll still have the money that we're making right now, so it's not the end of the world. Although it probably does mean that the radicals... Well, actually, I think the radicals might go down after that. Partially, at least. Because if I remember correctly, the peasants were not particularly happy about that law right now. But there we go. The GDP is 13 million. Still got way more to grow. Well, like, even if we had 10 times the GDP, we weren't even close to Heavenly Kingdoms yet. But we're getting a lot of industry right now, which of course is then going to allow them to, well, I suppose it's going to provide the market with some goods that they will want. And it will probably improve their GDP as well quite heavily. But at the same time, I'm hoping that I can get the most of the profit sort of off the top here. Right now, at least, to feed our economy, to feed into building more economy and all that. We've got plenty of peasants still to utilize. It looks like the private sector is building rice farms and then the textile mill in our capital, a whaling station. Okay, that's actually going to be quite handy. There we go, we're getting the second steel mill now. We do need to get to level 4 to reach the next goal in our thing here, in the economic dominance. And we've got quite a bit of ways to go on that one still. I mean, well, we're building mills 2 and 3 right now. Well, at least they're in the construction queue. So it's not the end of the world. But please pass this law. Come on, we need it. Nope. Backroom dealings exposed. So either minus 15% chance. Who is this one? This is the armed forces. Okay. We'll take the 15% or minus 15% chance there. Because I'd rather not take a massive hit on the bureaucracy right now. So if we do have a look at the market now, the oil price is massive. And grocery price has actually started dropping a tiny bit. There's still a huge demand for it, mind you. So it's still going to be making a lot of profit. But I'm pretty sure that I might be... I don't think I'm in the top producers by any means. But I'm sure that in our market, at least, I'm probably the top producer. Well, at least the top 2 are my states. So yes. We are pretty much the top producer. Yeah, we produce about half the entire market's groceries. So it's a good money. I mean, if you look at, for example, the food industry in here, it's almost 10,000 weekly profit. Holy. Yeah, that's a lot. That is a whole lot of money. Which hopefully feeds into our local economy. And we do need the steel mill up and running. I mean, we will also need a bit more iron, which I'm guessing the iron price is pretty high. If we can get the steel price to be a bit lower, the tool price is going to be slightly lower. We are going to be building another tooling workshop in here as well. How is the steel mill actually making profit? It's about 1,000 per level right now, so that's actually not too bad. And there we go, we got medical decrease, so that's hopefully going to reduce the mortality rate a little bit. Oh, and suddenly our standard of living has dropped quite significantly again. How much? Okay, so over here... Oh, right, we need more iron for the construction purposes. So honestly, probably another iron mine wouldn't hurt. Just queue that up in the list. Law stall. Oh, wow. Down to 15%. Right. Things aren't looking all that great for us right now in terms of passing this law. We had almost 50% chance at one point, but then it's just been downhill from there. Right, seems like the clipper price is fairly high. It's not necessarily too bad locally, but I suppose the total market is a fairly high price. We haven't gotten the naval base yet, but that's going to be in a few buildings here. So we'll get the coal, and then iron mine, then arms industry, to get a bit more guns. Although right now, I don't think we necessarily need the arms industry too badly, do we? Well, I mean, would be still required, but I think I'm going to reduce that priority a little bit further. Probably all the way down to the list right now. As soon as we get the atmospheric engine, that's going to free up a lot. We'll probably go ahead and get the chemical bleaching as well. After that, what are we... Oh, is the colonization in there? In the military, what are we getting? Napoleonic warfare. Actually, we will get that one, because that's going to unlock the lancers and mobile artillery. That could be quite handy. So we're improving relations with both with British Republic and Prussia. So hopefully that will allow us to get some more friends outside our market, at least. Man, the iron price is just massive. I mean, it's being used everywhere. I'm sure that once we get the atmospheric engine, though, we can increase our production in such a way that it will be a lot of money, and hopefully it will reduce the cost of especially the steel in here. I mean, the coal price is already pretty massive. Even locally, it's pretty high. Although, I suppose it's probably just a lot of that is being sold because it's such a massive profit that we can get from that. Right, 2 more weeks and we'll get the atmospheric engine. And hopefully we can get this taxation law done. Because it would be quite handy. Now, admittedly, we could always just increase our taxation a bit further. But I'd rather not do that right now. Oh, there we go, atmospheric engine. So let's go, especially with the coal mines. We'll immediately just increase that. That's going to require a bit more tools. But the amount of coal that we produce is going to be just a massive increase in there. And then probably the iron mines, we can probably do the same. It might have a bit of lack of coal. And the lead mines will do the same. So that's going to allow us to have up to 80 lead. How much do we have lead consumed right now? I don't actually know. There's about 80. Okay, so it would be roughly equal. Temporary embarrassment. They should be more realistic. I'll sway them with the textile. We'll do that one again. So we'll get a 10% chance at least. Oh, there we go. We're building... Oh, right. We've got the textile mill in our capital right now. So that's a level 2. So that's going to provide a bit more... I mean, it's actually pretty decent profit already. I reckon that's going to keep increasing as well. Right, so the steel mill is still having a bit of a hard time with getting all the iron and coal. But at least... Oh, wow. That's 6,000 for the iron mines right now. That is a lot of profit. And it's still growing. I mean, GDP has suddenly peaked to 14.2 million, so that's a pretty decent increase in there. And we still need a lot more tools, iron, some paper and wood wouldn't hurt either. And yeah, it's just the iron is needed pretty much everywhere. And our steel mill over here is, due to the fact that the iron and the coal is so expensive, both of them, so we can't really increase the production in here too much. There is definitely demand for steel in the market, but it's just we can't do too much about it right now. But we are going to get the iron mines, then the naval base, then another tooling workshop, which hopefully will help a little bit with the mines being more profitable and all that. Because right now, well, I suppose the coal mines is another thing that we should probably build a whole lot more. Yeah, at least 2 more into the construction list. So why is the private sector building? Whaling Station and Art Academies. I mean, sure, there's probably going to be a decent bit of profitability in that, and we've got already 3 levels of Art Academies in here. So if you have a look at the market, there's 33 sell orders, of which 12.2 are our production right here. Oh, so they're not living in our capital. Oh, but we've got the capital taxation, and we completed the petition. Excellent. So I wonder if that's actually going to have an increase in the taxation. Not really, no. The standard of living is pretty bad right now. I reckon it's... is there a lot of unemployment? 61,000 unemployed, so yeah, there's a decent bit of unemployment, among other things. And of course, the unemployed don't get anything right now, so that's causing a bit of issues. I think what we're going to do is we'll just go ahead and get another construction sector over here. I know it's going to be quite expensive, but the sooner we get that, the faster we can start constructing more things. If we could get to like 40 construction total, that'd be at least 1 building full speed construction, or almost full speed construction on both sides. Oh, the naval base. Oh, right, we did start building the naval base already. It wasn't built yet, but we're doing some work for it at least. Right, and suddenly the standard of living has collapsed. There we go, we've got the construction sector now. That's going to be hiring a lot of people. It's also going to be probably very expensive right now. We are going to be losing a bit of money, but it's not going to be too bad, I hope. Secret societies. I will let them be. Intelligentsia getting a bit more powerful wouldn't really hurt. Oh, we need a whole lot more bureaucracy right now. Okay, that's something that I can probably do by getting... Actually, let's have a look at through here. Government administration, so tax. Young Seo is still the one that needs the most. And Young Ho... Oh, right, actually, Young Seo, yeah. In the northwest, we need to get that a bit higher now. But there we go. We've got the naval base, and then it's going to be the tooling workshop. We might need more than 1 level, to be fair. But the construction sector is already fully employed, and we're getting about... Well, it's currently saying 34, but yeah, it should be about 35, more or less, that we produce the construction. So that's going to be pretty... Well, it's a little bit of an increase, at least. And it's also going to mean that we are using more of the investment pool, which is still fairly large. So we definitely need to start working on decreasing the price of the construction, because that is causing a lot of issues now. And there we go, we've got 15.1 million GDP already. But we also are unfortunately out of time for this episode. So if you enjoyed this, please like and subscribe if you haven't already. Also got the links down below in the description. But other than that, thank you very much for watching. Until next time, bye bye.